It's finally the time. It is finally the start of May, which means it's the start of my local club's hill climb series, the Hill Climb Project. There's a crazy number of events over the next few months, every single Friday night, and I really can't wait to give the BMC hill climb machine its first outing in a proper race. In terms of the climb tonight then, it is a climb known as Tegg's Nose. It's just over 2 kilometres with an average gradient of 7%. So it doesn't sound the steepest climb in the world. However, there are a couple of steep pinches on it and it is quite an irregular gradient with a short descent halfway up. Last year on the climb, I did it in 6 minutes and 37 seconds, which was good enough for 4th place. But I want to go a bit better this year and I'm actually going to be just all out targeting the win. I reckon it should be possible to knock at least 20 seconds off my time, getting down into the low 6 minutes. I'm gonna try and hold in the region of 400 watts on the steep ramps, but we'll just see if it's possible. I know I can do it on a perfect night, but I'm not sure how tired my legs are from the Dirty Reaver last weekend. So we're just gonna see how it goes. First race of the season, I just need to give it a shot. And can I add, what a beautiful night it is for racing. It is absolutely stunning up here. And the best part, I will be taking the performance hit to have the GoPro on with me to take you all along for the ride. So stay tuned, let's get warmed up, get my number pinned on, I'm ready to race. Oh. There isn't a sponsor for today's video. All I'm going to ask of you is you give the video a thumbs up, get yourself subscribed down below if you're not already, and simply watch the video till the end. That's the best way to send signals to YouTube that you're enjoying the content and it's worth pushing it to more people. Right, let's get on with the race.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
So getting started, the game was not to push too hard. The first minute of the climb is really quite steep though, so I do need to keep the power down as close to 400 watts as I can. As you can see, I'm pushing well over 400 up here, so it got me off to a really good start. The only downside is my legs were quite tired after this stretch. The climb now eases off for a bit and I backed off the power ever so slightly here before giving it a really good kick up the steep bit into the descent. Now the descent's over, the next challenge was to settle back into my pace and get that power back up as close to 400 watts as I could. I was starting to suffer a bit here and 400 was feeling like quite a challenge. But I knew whenever the road got steep, that was when to put the effort in. When it backs off, let myself back off and recover and settle in for the second half of the climb.
Looking strong.
The top of the climb was just coming into view and I knew I only had about a minute left to go. but as you can see, my power was really dropping here and my head was just a little bit out of the game. Fortunately, it was quite flat through here, so I didn't lose too much time, and in no time I managed to unlock a final little bit of performance and really drive it up to the line. The crowds were awesome going over the top, and it really did help me keep the effort going. I'm not gonna lie, I am absolutely exhausted after that. I did 6 minutes and 16 seconds, so I knocked about 20 seconds off my previous best. And most importantly, I finally got myself that first elusive win. After a couple of second places last year, I knew I had what it took, and I got it by 3 seconds. Not a huge margin, but I'm really happy with that. Right, I'm gonna go for a celebratory drink, and when I'm back at my computer, I'll get all the stats up and we'll have a bit of a debrief. Also, on the way up, the atmosphere was awesome. There was tons of people by the side of the road cheering me on. Hope you get to see in the video, like, on another level for a club hill climb. You never normally see crowds like that. Absolutely over the moon. All the training clearly is paying off. Right, off we go. Having a look at the stats on Strava then, you can see I averaged 383 watts, which when I weighed myself just before setting off tonight, I was at 65 kilos. That puts the ride at 5.9 watts per kilo. So not quite the 6 watts per kilo I was hoping for, but a good effort nonetheless, especially since there was a 10-15 second freewheeling descent. I definitely paced it quite aggressively, with the first 20 minutes up at around 420 watts average, which is about 6.5 watts per kilo. During that little descent in the middle, I did drop my power a bit just to give my legs a breather when it wasn't going to make that much difference to my speed. Over the last 3 minutes, my average power was a bit lower at 376 watts. However, I did put down over 400 on the 2 steeper sections and had enough in the tank for a final 20 seconds at around 500 watts up to the line. All in then, I am really impressed with the effort, and I think that 6 watts per kilo for around a 5-6 minute climb is achievable for myself. And at the end of the day, a win's a win, so I'm really happy. So what race is next? Next week's going to be a completely different game, with the race being up the Cat and Fiddle. The Cat and Fiddle is a far longer climb at around 10 kilometres, but with an average gradient of only around 3%, with some fairly long flat sections in the middle. It's going to be a completely different game, and aerodynamics are going to really matter, with it being more like a normal time trial than just a hill climb. I'm not sure how I'm going to go up there, and wind conditions will play a massive factor in the actual time you get. However, the conditions are the same for pretty much everyone, with only minor variations over the hour or so that people start across. So we'll see how close to the win I can get next week and see if I can defend my first overall position. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, please do get yourself subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. It really does help the algorithm. And I'll see you all next week for my effort up the Cat and Fiddle.